Okay, everyone, let's start with some of the past paper questions which I have sorted out, which will cover all the topic. So as you can see, the first one is 1 upon 1 minus cos x minus 1 upon 1 plus cos x, and you just have to prove the right hand side. See, if you don't know anything, just convert everything in sine and cos, but here it's already there in sine and cos, so you just simplify it. So as you can see, I've just done this cross multiplication thing. 1 plus cos x minus 1 minus cos x. At the end of the day, you will get something like this, and 1 minus cos x into 1 plus cos x is nothing but 1 minus cos square x, and 1 minus cos square x is sine square x, which I have written as sin x into sin x, which become 2 cosec x into cot x. That's how you'll do it. The second part of this question is that you have to solve this equation where they have given the left hand side is equal to sec x. So basically we got 2 cosec x into cot x is equals to sec x. After this, now again we will just convert everything in sine and cos, and once we just shift here and there, we'll get 1 upon sine x. See, we are not comfortable with cosec x and cot x, that's why we just convert everything in sine and cos. Okay, if it would have been only cot x, I would have converted it in tan x. Now the thing is, here it is 2 into 1 upon sine x into cos x. All these things you can look at it, look at the working. It's going to be 2 cos square x is equals to sine square x, and at the end sine square x into cos square x is nothing but 2, or you will get 2 is equals to tan square x. So now see, tan square x is equals to 2, so you will get two values of tan x, which is tan x is equals to root 2 and tan x is equals to minus root 2. Now inverse of, see, we will always find the first quadrant value, be it even if the question would have been only tan x is equals to minus root 2, we'll find the first quadrant value, and that is nothing but tan inverse of root 2, which will give me 0.955, obviously using calculator. Now the thing is, when it is tan x is equal to root 2 and when it is tan x is equal to minus root 2, so we'll get two values. As you can see, when it is tan x is equal to root 2, then we will get positive tan in first and third quadrant according to ASTC, right? So here and here I'll get positive. So for first quadrant it will be as it is, which is 0.955, and in the third quadrant it's going to be pi plus 0.955. As you can see, I have mentioned it here as well. Where is it? Yeah, here, pi plus theta, third quadrant. On the other hand, here when it is negative, it's going to be second quadrant and fourth quadrant, which is going to be pi minus 0.955 and 2 pi minus 0.955. So these are the values you will get. Now of course you can use calculator and you can find the answer. So these are the values you will get using calculator. This and this, all the four values. Now let's talk about the second question, which is this: 4 sine 3x minus pi by 4 is equal to 3. See the difference between the first question. This first question was very simple, so that's why I've taken it. It will cover all the four quadrants. Here, as you can see, they have given, first of all, they have given just the range, like the x values are only from 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing, as you can see, it is sine, and there is this minus pi by 4 phase shift we say. So what we'll do, I'll just move this 4 to the other side. I'll get sine 3x minus pi by 4 as 3 by 4. So sine inverse of 3 by 4 will give me 0.848. So we'll get 3x minus pi by 4 is equal to 0.848. Now I'll just make that x as the subject. I'll shift pi by 4 to the other side and I'll divide it by 3. So it's gonna be using calculator. So you'll get x is equal to 0.554, 544, whatever. Now the thing is, see, here it is 3x. That means what? Remember the time period thing. When it is 3 theta, then we'll have to add certain values. Now the time period here would have been what? Here would have been 120 degree. In radian mode, it's gonna be what? It's gonna be pi by 3 to pi by 3, right? So here, for other values, for finding the other values, what we are gonna do, we are just gonna add 2 pi by 3 because it is 3x. Okay, so generally whatever this coefficient of x is 3, so we'll divide 2 pi by the coefficient of x, which is nothing but 3. So we are going to keep on adding this 2 pi by 3. So if I add 2 pi by 3, so other value would be 0.544 plus 2 pi by 3, which is going to be, just a second. So after adding, you will get 2.638. But also we forgot one thing, that when it is x is equals to 0.544, the thing is, this is the first quadrant value which we'll get. We'll also get the second quadrant value, right? So since we are just doing it like that, so we'll get second quadrant value as well from this thing, which is going to be pi minus 0.848. So once we do that, pi minus 0.848, and we will get what? We'll get 3x minus pi by 4 is equal to whatever the value we will get. And after making x as the subject, so we will get x is equal to 1.026. Now these are the values you will get. See, first this values we will get, And now if I want, I'll just keep on adding 2 pi by 3. Now see, if I add 2 pi by 3, I'm getting 2.638, which is not even in the range of 0 to pi by 2. So that's why our final answers would be, one is 0.554 and the other one is 1.026. There is no other answer, because if I'm adding 2 pi by 3 here also, we are getting 2.638, which is not in the range. Obviously we're not going to add anything here. So these are the answers we will get. Now the other one is with respect to identities. Here you can see 2 tan square y plus sec square y is equals to 14 sec y plus 3 is equals to 0, and they've given y values between 0 and 360 degree. So see, here generally I prefer converting sec square in terms of tan, but here since there is this single sec, so I need to convert everything in terms of sec. So what I've done, tan square y is nothing but sec square y minus 1, right, using identities. And then I further solved it. You will get a quadratic equation like this, and then again we'll keep moving. So we'll just solve this quadratic equation and we'll get two values of sec y after solving the quadratic equation. But the thing is, we don't know how to solve sec y. I mean, cos is just convenient, so that's why we'll just convert it into cos. We'll just reciprocate. We'll get cos y is equals to 1 by 5, cos y is equals to minus 3. Of course, cos values are between minus 1 and 1, so you cannot take minus 3, so this value we will just avoid, and we'll have cos y is equals to 1 by 5, so we'll get two values, right? Cos inverse of 1 by 5, so we'll just do cos inverse of 1 by 5, so we are getting 78.46 radian. So this is nothing but, actually you should write it like this, 78.46, and this cos y is going to be, because cos is positive in fourth quadrant, so it's going to be 360 minus 78.46, right? And once you solve it, you will get cos y is equals to cos 78.46 as it is, and here cos y is equal to cos of, just a second, 360 minus 78.46. we'll use this calculator and we'll get 281.54. so we'll get 78.46 as one of the values and the other one is 281.54. That's it, done. Here sometimes they may ask you with respect to the mod. So as you can see, 2 sin x is equals to 2 mod of sin x is equals to 1. So we'll just make mod sin x as the subject. So we'll get mod sin x is equals to 1 by 2. We'll get sin x is equals to plus 1 by 2, or sin x is equals to minus 1 by 2. We know that sin inverse of 1 by 2 is pi by 6, 30 degree. So here we will get two values of sin x with respect to 1 by 2. So one would be pi by 6 and the other one would be pi minus pi by 6, the second quadrant value. Here on the other hand, we'll get pi plus pi by 6, the negative value, and the other one 2 pi minus pi by 6. So if you solve further, this will be as it is, which is pi by 6. The other one would be 5 pi by 6. This is going to be 7 pi by 6, and this is going to be 11 pi by 6. Now as you can see, these are fine. These are in the range, because the range for x values they have given minus pi to pi. So this range is fine. So pi by 6 is fine. Then 5 pi by 6 is also fine, the first two quadrants. But this third and fourth quadrant is not valid. But what we know that we can add, we can subtract or add minus 2 pi. Generally, we are gonna subtract only. So as you can see here, where is it? Yeah. Here I subtracted that 360 degree thing. So here also we will subtract 2 pi from it. So here if I subtract minus 2 pi from this thing, and from minus 2 pi from this thing, what I am gonna get? I'm gonna get minus 5 pi by 6, and the other one minus pi by 6. So these are the other two values we will get. So as you can see, these were not in the range 7 pi by 6, so I had to subtract minus 2 pi to get these values. So finally these are in the range which will give me the answer. Next, so if we have tan 2y plus 15, this is just a wrap up thing. So 2y plus 15 is equal to 1. So tan 2y plus 15 is equals to 1 by 3. As we know, tan inverse of 1 by 3 would be how much? 18.43. So we'll get 2y plus 15 is equal to 18.43. So I'll just make this y as the subject. So I'll get what? I'll get y is equal to, after solving, we'll get 2y is equals to rather 3.43, and we'll get y is equals to 1.71. Yeah, makes sense, right? So we'll get y is equals to 1.71. But the thing is, this is just one of the values we will get. If I am doing tan inverse of this 1 by 3, we will get certainly second value as well, which is with respect to this thing. 18.43 is in first quadrant value, but we will get the second quadrant value as well. So we'll get 2y plus 15 is equals to second quadrant, not sorry, third quadrant. It's going to be 180 plus 18.43. if you solve it, we'll get 2y is equals to 183.43 and y is going to be 91.71. So these are the values we will get. Now the thing is here, since it is 2y, so we are going to add 180 degree according to this theory. Where is it? Okay, it was there somewhere in the theory. Other values of theta, add 120 degree, that kind of stuff. So we can add that 120 degree. So here the time period is 180 degrees, so we are going to add 180 degree to this thing. So if I add 180 degree to this thing, I'll get y is equals to 180 plus 1.71, which is nothing but 181.71. Again I'm going to add 180 to this thing. Y is equals to 91.71 plus 180, and we will get 271.7. but as you can see, this is not in the range 181.71 and 271, so that's why we'll just get these two values. These are only going to be my answers, but these are not going to be my answers, just for checking. Otherwise only these two values are going to be the answer. Here as you can see, again use of identities. A minus b, a plus b is nothing but a square minus b square, so this is going to be 1 minus sine square a upon sine a into cos a, which is nothing but 1 minus sine square a is nothing but cos square a upon sine a into cos a. So obviously this is cos a, actually we are not cancelling, we are dividing it by cos a, and then we get this thing as cos a upon sine a, which is nothing but cot a. By using the same principle, of course, whatever this thing is there, so it's going to be cot 3x is equals to 1. Now this time it is 3x. Now the thing is, we are not comfortable with cot, so we'll just make it tan 3x is equal to 2, and I'll find inverse of that. We'll get 63.43. Okay, so tan inverse of 2 is nothing but 63.43. Actually we should write it like this: tan 3x is equals to tan of 63.43, and tan is also positive in which quadrant? In third quadrant. So it's going to be tan 3x is equals to 180 plus, sorry, tan of 180 plus 63.43. So you'll get 3x is equals to 63.43, or we will get 3x is equals to 243.43. So as you can see, you will get x is equals to 21.14, and here you will get x is equals to 81.14. Now these are the values we will get, the first values. Now for the other values, since it is 3x, so that means what, we are going to add 120 degree to get the other values. So we'll keep on adding 120 degree. So if I add 120 again to this function, I'll get 141.14. Just a second. And so this 141.14 is one of the values. Again, if I add 120, I'm getting 261.14. Okay, I'm just giving you an idea. Here also we are going to add 120, so I'll get 201.14. Again I'm going to add 120 and I'll get 321.14. These all values are valid, that is 6 values we will get, as it is 3x. But since the x values are between 0 and 180, we won't take these values, like which one? Just a second. We won't take this value, we won't take this value, we won't take this value, but only values we will take is this, this and this. Obviously you don't need to show the working, this is all you need to know for this thing. Now what about graphs? So as you can see, 2 cos 3x by 3 minus 1. Remember, when it is 2 cos x, normal graph cos x, okay, no problem. But when it is 2 cos x by 3 minus 1, I would just suggest you, for drawing the graph, this one I'll just write y plus 1 is equals to 2 cos x by 3. Now they are asking you time period. So time period is going to be what? According to the formula, it's going to be 2 pi by coefficient of x, which is 1 by 3 here, and this is going to be 6 pi. Obviously this is a slower graph because we are dividing it by 3, that's why x by 3. So we are getting 6 pi as the time period. So this is quite a slow graph, like literally a slow graph. Now for like just to make this equation, and we know the design of cos as well, right? It's going to be somewhat like this, correct? So here now we will just draw the graph. So first of all, y plus 1 it is, right? Minus 1 I'll just shift it here. So there is a shift of one step negative side. So instead of starting from 0, it will start from minus 1. Now there is this 2, that is basically amplitude. So instead of having an amplitude of 1, it will have amplitude of 2. So it will vary from plus 1, that is 2 steps up, to 2 steps down. This is going to be the graph. Now all you need is that since 6 pi is the time period, 6 pi I'll just divide it into uh, divided into 4 parts. Actually, I'll just make it better, since 6 pi is this, it's in degrees, that's why. So here, as you can see, it's going to be nothing but 1080 degree, right? 360 into 3, so it's going to be 1080 degree. 1080 degree, if I divide it into 4 parts, so how much it is? 540, 270. So this is 270, like 270, 540, and so on. Now the thing is, since they have only given till 360 degree, now see, this is going to be the principal axis where cost will vary, like this axis basically I'm talking about. Now the thing is, one is here at 270, it will have the first dip. So here it's gonna be, so it would be somewhat like this. Okay, obviously just make it a proper curve, right? And then the next dip, like the minimum point will be at 540. So obviously 540 we don't have, so we'll just continue it with like this. Okay, similarly whatever you have drawn on the right hand side, you'll have to draw it on the left hand side as well. So we'll just consider this as my point. I mean, if you can count 1 2 1 2 like this, and this is what you will get, the cosine curve of this particular graph. Similarly, when it is 2 cos 3x minus 1, same procedure, y plus 1 is equals to 2 cos 3x. This time it's a fast graph, like it's huge, like, it's fast enough. Now the thing is, here time period is going to be what? So first of all, they are just asking you to plot it. So we'll again take y plus 1. So instead of starting from 0, it will start from minus 1 first. Now because there is 2, so it will go 2 steps up, 2 steps down. So again minus 3, I mean it will vary from 1 to minus 3. After that, as you can see, it is 2 cos 3x. The time period is like, it's 3, it's faster. So it's going to be, the time period would be what? It's going to be 360 by 3, which is nothing but 120 degree. Okay, so 120 degree, it will just cover everything. Now 120 degree, I'll divide it into 4 parts, which is 30, 60, 90 and 120. Now principal axis will just draw like this. Okay, now 30 60 90 120. So this is going to be the first point where it will have the first dip. Then second point would be like this, and third point would be like this. So actual curve would be somewhat like, just a second, we'll just continue like this. And then if there would have been 120, then it would have been here, but still it is still 90 degree. It's going to be like this. Similarly here also, negative side will draw like this, and like this. Done. Now as you can see, for the amplitude, they have asked you 2, so obviously 2 cos 3x minus 1, so the amplitude is going to be 2. Write down the time period. So again, it's going to be 360 by 3, the coefficient of x, which is going to be 120 degree. That's it. The last, I think it's the last one. No, actually we have something else also there. So here, tan 3x is equals to minus 1, giving your answer in terms of pi, whatever the values are. So now here, as you can see, it is tan 3x is equals to minus 1. So we will just take tan inverse of 1, and tan inverse of 1 is nothing but pi by 4. So tan inverse of 1 is nothing but pi by 4. See, even if it is negative, I'm just taking the first quadrant value. Now once I take the first quadrant value, now I know that is minus 1. So we'll get what? We'll get tan 3x is equals to tan of, but tan is negative is where it is in second and fourth quadrant. So it's going to be pi minus pi by 4. And also tan 3x is equal to tan of 2 pi minus pi by 4, fourth quadrant. So you'll get what? You'll get 3x is equal to 3 pi by 4, and here you will get 3x is equal to 7 pi by 4, right? And x is equals to, then you'll just divide by that, so you'll get pi by 4, and x is equals to, here you will get 7 pi by 12. Now the thing is, these are the first values which we got, right? For the other values, we are just gonna add the time period thing. So here, as you can see, it is 3, so we are going to keep on adding 2 pi by 3 2 pi by 3 to our values. So once, if I add 2 pi by 3, I'll get so pi by 4, so the other value is going to be pi by 4 plus 2 pi by 3, which is going to be 3 pi 8 pi 11 pi by 12. Okay, for the other value, again I don't have a lot of space, so okay, I'll just manage somewhere. So let's see here. Okay, so again for 11 pi by 12, this is the other value. Again we are going to add 2 pi by 3 to this chord, this point. So for radian, actually it becomes difficult, that's why. So it's going to be 4 8 19, so it's going to be 19 pi by 12. I hope my calculations are correct. Yeah, 19 pi by 12. Again, here also we are going to keep on adding 2 pi by 3 to this thing. So another value would be 2 pi by 12 plus 2 pi by 3, which will give me one sec, 4 10 pi by 12 I'm getting. Okay, so 5 pi by 6, 5 pi by 6, sorry, I'm just checking once. 4 8 4, yeah, that's fine. 5 pi by 6. Again we are going to add 2 pi by 3 to this value to get another value. So x is going to be 5 pi by 6 plus 2 pi by 3, which is nothing but 9 pi by 6, which is 9 pi by 6, which is 9 pi by 6, which is nothing but 3 pi by 2. One sec. One sec, I am just made a silly error. This is not 2 pi by 12. This is 7 pi by 12 plus 2 pi by 3. If I add it, I'm going to get... That's why I was wondering why I'm getting such a weird answer. So 8, then 15 pi by 12. This makes sense. So again, this is going to be 15 pi by 12. One sec, I'm just verifying this time. 8, 15, 15 pi by 12. Yeah, which is nothing but 5 pi by 4. Again, we are going to add... See, even I can make mistakes. That's fine. So plus 2 pi by 3, we're going to add. So which is 15 plus 8, 23 pi by 12. This is the maximum value you are going to get. Now, as you can see, these are all the values which we are getting. Okay, I'll just mark it down. So we got these kind of values. Okay, first was pi by 4, then 11 pi by 12, then 19 pi by 12. Then here we got 7 pi by 12, third quadrant value. Then, I mean, using that 7 pi by 4 and so on. Then 5 pi by 4, and then final 23 pi by 12. Out of this, since they have said that the day, see, I shouldn't have solved all those things, but just to show you, I have solved it. If it would have been minus pi to pi, then we would have solved all the values. But now here we are just going to concentrate on the values which are in first quadrant and fourth quadrant, since it is minus pi by 2. So first quadrant, this is valid, so no problem. Okay, then another value we can think of would be, see, it's pi by 2, so you just need to relate it. So pi by 4, of course, it has to be smaller. This is almost pi, so obviously this value is not valid. Okay, then 19 pi by 12, this is between, this is something like, see, it's not below 2 pi, somewhat it is there. Okay, 19 pi by 12. Okay, so 19 pi by 12 is almost 1.5 pi, more than 1.5 pi, right? So obviously it's not like 3, it's not more than 3 pi by 2. So again, this value is also, we won't agree. Okay, now which values from here we might agree? So as you can see, this is 7 pi by 12. 7 pi by 12 is more than pi by 2, so obviously this value incorrect. Here if you talk about 5 pi by 4, it's just little bit more than pi, so again 5 pi by 4, this won't be valid. Now 23 pi by 12, yes, it is actually almost 2 pi, like almost 2 pi, so that's why this value is valid. One second, I just want to verify this thing. It's more than 1.5 pi, right? 1.5 pi, so this value is actually valid and not invalid. Now how I got it, see, I made a mistake, that is fine, but the thing is, I knew it, since 2 quadrants are there, at least I should get 3 values. If there would have been 4 quadrants, I would have got 6 values. So 3 values I will get it. I hope you understood that. Now obviously this is not in range, but I can subtract minus 2 pi from this thing. So I'll just subtract minus 2 pi from here, minus 2 pi from here. This is going to be minus 5 pi by 4. Arey yaar, one sec, just a second. Minus 24, and this is minus pi by 4. At least this is valid, no problem. Why this is coming as an error? One sec. No, this is fine. Fine, no problem. So these are the values we'll get. This, and this. I just solved a little bit extra. I mean, not little bit, too much. I have taken a lot of time for this thing. But okay. So these are the 3 values you will get. Anyways, again, when it comes to tan graph also, it's very weird. So let's see. Here, 4 tan 3x plus 4. First of all, I'll just write it y minus 4 is equals to 4 tan 3x, just for my understanding. Now, The thing is here y minus 4. So instead of starting from 0, it will take 4 steps up. So it will start from, let's say, here somewhat. So instead of starting from 0, it will start from here, which is 0 comma 4. Now the thing is the amplitude, just like a sine, there is an amplitude for tan also. It's not an amplitude actually, I just named it. Yeah, it's going to be amplitude. So it will take 4 step up or 4 step down. So it would be either here 4 step up or 4 step down, which will be 0. So it will be ranging between that thing. If it would have normal sine graph, it would have been like this, but it's a tan graph. Now the thing is we are going to talk about the time period. Now actually time period of this tan graph is, pay attention, this is something which is going to be different. If I talk about the time period of tan, here it should be actually 180 or pi by 3, but I'll still consider 2 pi by 3 just like a sine graph for drawing the graph only. Otherwise the time period is pi by 3. Okay, if they ask you, no they haven't, but okay, the time period is pi by 3 because as I mentioned here, where is it in tan graph, it's 0 to 180 and keeps on repeating. But I just want to construct the whole graph, that's why for my assumption I'll just make it 2 pi by 3. Okay, now I will divide this 2 pi by 3 again into 4 equal parts till and until this pi by 2 or anything is there. So I'll divide by 4 equal parts. So this is going to be pi by 6 first. Then we will have pi by 3. Then again I'm going to add pi by 6 to it, which is nothing but one sec, pi by 6, 30, pi by 2. So these are the values I'm going to get. Okay, obviously 0, pi by 6, pi by 3, pi by 2. Just a second. And of course the last one is going to be 2 pi by 3. Okay, so actually if it's in degrees, it's going to be very easy, 30, 60, 90, 120. Time period is 120, that's why. Now the thing is, since it is pi by 6 like that, there, see, it will start from 0. At pi by 6 it will go towards infinity, that is 30 degree. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to divide this segment into those regions. So this is, see, pi by 4 it is there, so pi by 6 is 30 degrees, so this is going to be the first pi by 6. Then next pi by 3 would be here, and then next pi by 2 would be here. Similarly I'll just go backwards 2 points, 2 lines, 2 lines. So that's why they have given this proper division, just to make sure like this. Now half of that will be this amplitude thing which I was talking about, this thing plus 1, here it is. So here it's going to be plus 4, just make sure this is plus 4 here. So as you can see, this is obviously it will vary from this 8 to 0. Okay, this would be my 1 point and this would be my another point and this would be my another point. See, I'm just constructing this properly. Now the thing is, I'll just draw it like this. Here till this point it will go like this, and then it will go towards infinity. Then it will start from minus infinity and like this and like this somewhat, and then like this and then like this. This is how you will do. And now you will just go backwards. One sec, I hope I have drawn it. One sec. Yeah, again this is going to be the graph. So again I'll go just backward. So as you can see, at this point it will be like this, and then it will go towards infinity, right? So here it would be backward, so again like this, and it will go on like this, then again like this, and then go on. This is how you will get a symmetrical graph. Obviously you just have to draw it properly. Anyways, tan graphs are actually thoda sa tough. So y is equals to 7 cos tan x 10x minus 3, where angle x is measured in degrees. The time period of y, so time period of y, it's going to be 360 by 10, which is nothing but 36 degree. Very fast graph. The amplitude of y, of course, the coefficient of cos, which is nothing but 7. B part is find the equation of the curve shown in the form of agbx plus x, whatever these things. So as you can see, it's a sine graph, obviously, starting from here somewhere. It could be a cos graph as well, but you know, this is, there is no phase shift, so it will be a sine graph. Now yeah, this is 7, so it is starting from 7 instead of starting from 0. So obviously it's going to be y minus 7, like, you know, 7 steps up. Amplitude, as you can see, from 7 it is going till 12, and it is coming back at 2. So between 12 and 2 there is a 10 division. 10 divided by 2 it's going to be 5. Obviously sine graph, that's why sine. Bx would be the time period. So time period, as you can see, we'll just see how much it is valid. So see in 90 degree it is covering that thing. Generally it takes 360 degree. So of course between this 360 degree how many cycles it is taking. So as you can see 1 2 3 and 4. So therefore it has to be fast graph, that's why 4x. So as you can see the graph is going to be y is equals to 5 sine 4x plus 7. That's all you have in trigonometry.